So let's start by looking back at Tuesday. How pleased were you with the response you got from your players in that game after Saturday's defeat?
Yeah, I mean, it took a bit of time to get really going, but after half-time, the lads came out and set off like a train, scored 3 very quick goals, and but to score 4 goals in one half, it was just a great response. I thought we played pretty well actually last Saturday. There weren't too many things to moan about. The work ethic was brilliant, but we didn't get the right outcome out of the game. So, bit of a disappointment, but to bounce back in style the other day and in front of the home crowd, it was just the tonic we needed.
I'm sure you wouldn't have wanted to go behind in the game on Tuesday, and you meant to wanted a better start, but surely that's good. You've got that in the bank. You came from behind and still won convincingly.
Yeah, well, we knew we were going to have tests throughout the season. It's a grind. There's always going to be peaks and troughs, and when you need that character to shine through, a lot of the lads came to the fore. I couldn't think of many individuals that let us down at all last Saturday or Tuesday night. So that's what we're after, and that's what proves to the fans as more than anything that we're fighters. Every single one, whether it's the backroom staff or people upstairs or the people on the pitch, we'll roll our sleeves up, when times are testing and hard. But I think perspective's needed as well. Sometimes it's not all going to be in a straight line and win. But what we're looking for are consistent people, consistent performances, and then hopefully the outcomes are good.
You said you saw willpower and determination in that match on Tuesday. How far off do you feel you are from seeing it for the full 90 minutes again?
Well, hopefully only a couple of days off. Chesterfield will be a big test. They've got good strengths, and whilst they've been on a difficult run, it's bound to end sometime. And hopefully it's not going to be on Saturday. So we've just got to again focus on what we do well, get on the front foot, and there's evidence to suggest in the last two games that we've had good passages of play that really have shown the true Harrogate town, which is taking the handbrake off and really going for teams, passing it well, and really getting in the ascendancy and creating chances. So hopefully we can propel this form forward and utilise the strengths of the squad properly and get 3 points on Saturday.
Now, you mentioned Chesterfield not in the best of form, but the way you talk, you still expect a lot from them.
Well, definitely. I mean, they've got a lot of experience in the squad, and probably the most experienced manager in this league that has lasted the course of time, and he's done that for a reason. You can't cheat your way through. So we know that whatever team they line up with, they've got a massive following behind them, and it's going to be another good turnout from our fans as well. So it should be a good occasion.
It's another example, isn't it, of a club at your level, but with the reputation that's coming. And did you have to sort of break down that reputation as well as doing what you do on the field?
In terms of the opposition's reputation, we'll just be consistent with what we do. So tomorrow we'll have the unit meetings, so we'll go through with the defence, midfield and attack what Chesterfield are about, and then reiterate what we're about. And so nothing will change. And we're nicely getting used to what the level's about, and actually when people come with the big crowds, I think this current squad of players have responded so much more positively than maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago when it was a one-off huge game. We're liking the big atmosphere within our stadium now, and actually visiting big grounds and setups as well. There's no bigger occasion than playing Chesterfield at home, and I guess that can be a headache for them as well, because the bigger they are, the harder the fall sometimes, and we've just got to make sure that we're on it, same energy and desire.
They seem to be draw specialists, to put it one way. They've had more draws than anything of Chesterfield. Is that something you take into account as well, that might be what they're coming for, just to, until they get their confidence back, they'll be happy with the draw at CNG?
Well, I don't know, because any run that you get into, if it's not maximum points, you're always looking for that maximum point. So I guess we can't underestimate how much they will want to break that spell and actually get the 3 points and take them back to Chesterfield. But the tonic that we needed was there on Tuesday night, and it wasn't packed out, but it was a good crowd, and they got really behind us, and there was a little bit of anxiety early on from on the pitch, and it transmitted it across to the fans. But that's just football, and you've got to be prepared for that. But the way that the lads really got at the opposition, that's what we want. Quick tempo play and closing down fast and balls into the forwards' feet, and because we've got players that can make a difference.
So let's look at your squad. How is everyone to start with?
Yeah, everyone's okay apart from Dominic Knowles. Ryan Fallowfield came back into the lineup, and we gave him a breather the last 10-15 minutes, but we can afford to do that because we had Kelvin Langmead on the bench on that occasion. We're hoping for some good news from Dominic Knowles because he's been on the sidelines for a number of weeks now, and he's a key player for us. But it was good for us as a management to see two forwards scoring and playing well, and also Aaron Williams coming off the bench and making a really good contribution as well. And you need that strength of character that can bounce back from a disappointment having been left on the sidelines, but we also need that strength of depth in the squad to sustain the challenge.
And John Thewlis, is he okay?
Sorry, Jordan as well. They made such a good contribution recently. He's just been unlucky, with his hamstring, but it's not snapped or anything too severe. He'll be back in a couple of weeks.